All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Monday, everyone. Hello to Just Me, Ravenwingg, Patricia Bradshaw, Jack Gunner, Roisin, good to see you. Hope everyone is having a great start to your week so far. Thanksgiving this week, so at least it's a short week. Just give people a moment to join. And today we're taking a look at a sovereign citizen in court. I haven't seen this video. I've been waiting to do a stream on it, so I haven't seen it. So this should be interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a laugh. Thanks for having us, Mark. Thank you for being here, Patricia. So this guy, the only thing I know about this video is this is because of some traffic stop. And of course, the soft sit is in court. Hey, Elweet Skador and Miss Mandy, good to see you all. So, yeah, let's jump right into this video. Now, this is about an hour long, so we might jump around at times. I'm not sure. But yeah, first off, let's start off with this title. Kangaroo Kitsap Sheriffs rigged jury in your face. This is public record and evidence. So right off the bat, just going off the title, you can tell this guy is deep down the soft sit rabbit hole. And he's one of the few soft sits that knows how to edit his videos, so I'm guessing he's going to twist this to make it fit his narrative a lot. Happy Thanksgiving, Mark, and thank you for doing what you do. You do it so well. Thank you, Papa Frank. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hey, Sean Ziech, good to see you. Bama Green Eyes. Let's jump into the video. Let me know if you guys can hear it. You should be able to.
Ronald, Darius Sweeney, D as in David, ERD, S, P as in Paul, I-N-I.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay, please have a seat.
Do I ask myself a question first?
Please have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to advise you, since it's a little unusual.
You're heading back to Kitsap County, and please continue. How did you come into contact with the defendant?
We were driving northbound in the outside lane of Highway 16 from basically the Gig Harbor area. We were very close to entering back into Kitsap County, and I noticed in behind me in the inside lane of travel, a white Ford dually pickup truck overtaking me at a really high rate of speed. And we were still in Pierce County at that time. And I increased my speed up to about 70 miles an hour and saw that the vehicle was still overtaking me from behind. And at that point in time, what I did was I activated my rear emergency lights in my vehicle, which are red and blue lights, as kind of a warning to the person driving the pickup truck that they needed to slow down.
I mean, the speed limit's 60. Anything over that, speeding.
They're speeding.
So all this over a traffic ticket, basically.
So, nevertheless,
Your Honor, okay. Your Honor, the state's rude knowing of its objection.
ask a question. Okay. So after Mike Merrill activated his lights and impersonated the police officer in Pierce County, what did you do? I just backed off because I thought he had a legitimate emergency. I didn't know he was trying to communicate warnings or trying to exercise police authority outside of his jurisdiction, which is against the law.
Sustained.
Okay.
Is it safe and appropriate to activate your emergency lights and declare yourself in a state of emergency when there is no emergency?
And of course, all these crappy edits, like I said, he's going to make this fit his narrative and make it look, he's trying to make himself look as good as possible, basically.
Yes, it is.
Is there any reason why you waited to cross the Kitsap County line to reduce your speed?
I activated my rear emergency lights
Were you authorized to act in the official capacity of a Pierce County Sheriff in Pierce County? Objection. Sustained. Do you understand the statutes regarding police officer
That
impersonation?
definitely is true, Destiny.
Sustained. You state you were acting in your official capacity in the county of Pierce County. Is that authorized?
Here we go with the Saucet BS.
Do you understand that it is a crime to impersonate a peace officer in another county of which you don't have jurisdiction? Again, Your Honor, objection. Sustained. Move on. Okay, we're going to overlook that crime. All right. Did you commit any crimes during this encounter? No. Objection.
Oops. Really don't want to talk about any crimes that they did, do they?
Because I knew that Mike Merrill was no longer acting in his
Janice?
official capacity because he broke the law in the previous county.
Object to that.
Okay, sorry. I witnessed Mike Merrill break the law in Pierce County.
Objection.
Let him answer as to what he believes.
Okay, so therefore, Mike Merrill is now acting in a criminal capacity and subject to citizen's arrest. So therefore,
Yes, he is wearing a hat. For some reason, I'm not sure why the court is allowing that. Kind of weird. But so far, from what we've seen, he's already said a few lines in the Saucet script, and I think it can only get worse from here.
I knew that I was not dealing with an officer acting in their official capacity.
Joel that was driving the pickup truck, and he gave me a thumbs up with his right thumb and continued by me.
Oh, you little peasant. You gave me a thumbs up and thought you could pass me on the freeway.
And as he was pulling away from me in the inside lane, that's when I activated my radar in the same direction, moving mode with the front antenna, and observed his vehicle speed to be 71 miles per hour, and it was locked at the unit. The defendant immediately asked me if there was an emergency. And I explained to him that, again, the reasons for the traffic stop. And he explained, so the stop is based solely for money at that point in time. I told him, no, the stop was about safety, and requested his driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance.
Yes, Shaughn, I have noticed that. Ever notice you never see a Saucet in a nice suit with an advanced college degree? Well, besides from their degree at YouTube University, that is. And yeah, it's incredible. These people think they can do whatever they want, but reality sucks for them, basically, and the law catches up with them. It's a shame that this district attorney and officer don't understand how the Saucet BS works. They handed this guy answers that didn't combat his scripts. Just ask Mr. Brooks, exactly. I swear to God, if these people are going to represent themselves in court, they really should be forced to have a psychiatric evaluation before being allowed to do that. I mean, look at Brooks and Hell. We're only a few minutes into this, but you can already tell this guy, he is 100% deep down the sovereign citizen rabbit hole. I mean, he took the time to edit all this video to make it fit his narrative. And really, all he's doing is making himself look like a jackass.
So I could go print a full record for if you guys want. If I could just get his information.
We have on the record video evidence that this dirty, nasty foreign agent criminal is intentionally falsifying a legal document and then lying about it too.
Did you commit any?
Wrong. Oh my God, this guy. Hey, Slide 100, good to see you. If he started yelling grounds, I'm out. Does this dude think he's Edgar Wright? The quick cuts don't really work in a courtroom setting. Exactly, but if it's not going his way, he's going to edit all that crap out because it doesn't fit what he's saying. I really wish we had the unedited courtroom video of this because it would be a lot more easier to follow, I think. Hey, Jesse, good to see you. Sovereign Soul was spouting this junk yesterday. Crazy all of a sudden they know everything when generations of attorneys haven't figured it out. It's incredible how that works, isn't it? It really is. Well, at least this could count as free entertainment, I guess. That is true. I still hear fair to say in my sleep. Hey, Ziggy, good to see you. I'm sure he attended Software University. Oh, no doubt in my mind. Really, there is no doubt. And we're only 6 minutes into this debacle.
Any crimes during this encounter?
No.
Objection. And so after you requested that information, what happened then?
He basically told me that he wasn't going to answer any legal questions without an attorney.
Did your attorney call you?
Not yet.
Right. Okay.
So he has video of the traffic stop itself. You would think he would just put that at the beginning so we knew the context of what was happening. See, this guy's editing skills are terrible.
Do you have any form of ID that you're willing to share with me?
I can answer any legal questions without legal counsel present.
It's not a legal question. Is there a form of ID that you're willing to share with me that you recognize, that you can identify yourself with?
I can answer any questions without legal counsel present.
Okay. All right. So again, you don't know if your attorney might be tomorrow before he'll be able to answer?
Again, it's not, I can't answer legal questions without legal counsel present. I don't know exactly what they're doing over there or what's going on, but I can't answer.
Would you provide me with your attorney's name and phone number so I could call him?
It isn't necessarily my attorney specifically.
What's that?
It isn't my attorney specifically. It's legal counsel in general.
Okay. Do you have, how about if I contact a public defender? Would that work?
Sure.
And then we'll get one on the line and you can talk to them while I'm here with you.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah. I'll talk to a public defender.
What's that?
Because I know the public defender isn't really representing me per se, but I'll see what they got to say.
Who would they be representing?
The state.
Oh, for really freaking. I don't even know how to respond to that comment. Like, if a public defender is helping you, then he's defending you. Like, he's not representing the state. He's there to help you. If you get a public defender, better call Squeak. Either Squeak or the third-party intervener for Darrell Brooks. I heard he's excellent. Hope you notice the sarcasm in my voice.
They're all on the same team. Kind of like when you go into a courtroom. You got everybody under the same payroll.
So you'd rather have a private attorney?
Exactly. One that would represent me.
The people that you called, is it something that they have a specific time when they'll call you back?
They did not give me a specific time.
You want to try calling them back again for me?
Well, it's only been about 15 minutes. I mean,
Right. But
so
the traffic stop that we're on, we have that done within, a reasonable amount of time. And you're the one that's extending this. You understand that, correct?
Okay. Well, then I'll talk to the public defender and I'll see if they call back in the meantime. See what the public defender's got to say.
Why don't you try calling the place again? Isn't that a reasonable request?
Well, I mean, I don't know. They might be pestered by it and say, well, because you keep calling us back, it's going to take even longer now.
That seems kind of silly.
But it happens all the time. Huh? It happens all the time.
Do you call them frequently?
No, I'm just saying in general.
How do you know? It happens all the time.
I'm just speaking in general terms.
What's that?
In general.
So that's your opinion. You don't know.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's all
What's
opinions.
that?
It's all opinions. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, would you, for me, try calling him back to see if you can talk to somebody? Because I'd much rather have it be somebody that you would like to talk to instead of somebody you think I'm setting you up with.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So why don't you try calling him back?
Okay.
I completely agree with that.
Did you get a hold of your attorney?
Negative, sir.
What's that?
Negative.
No?
Not yet.
Okay, I need you to step from the vehicle, okay?
For what purpose?
Because you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
What is the nonsense he put on his video screen? Yeah, just basically sovereign citizen gibberish. Complete misinformation. And yeah, he thinks that the officer is committing crimes. One, oath of office, contract breach, speeding in another county, acting out of office after breach, official misconduct, false report, perjury, fraud, coercion. It's all complete, utter nonsense. Because if any of that was true, then the officer would be on trial and not him. So completely ridiculous. Hey, Edward, good to see you.
Okay, so I can't answer any questions that legal
I
counsel
understand
present.
you can. I don't need you to answer any questions. I just need you to step from the vehicle, please.
I can't get outside of the vehicle. My personal, or it's actually not
Okay.
a vehicle, but my
I'm gonna
personal.
come around that side.
Yes, it is a freaking vehicle. It has 4 wheels and a motor. It's a vehicle.
All right? And I'm going to open up your door. You take off your seatbelt, and we'll get you placed in custody.
No,
and I'll
I'm
get
sorry.
You to
I
the
can't.
jail,
I can't.
okay?
No way. I can't do that
Hey,
without
don't
legal
place me
counsel
in
present.
danger over there, all right? Okay, what I'm going to end up doing, all right? I don't want to have to break your window or do anything else.
Do it.
Were you prepared to?
Oh, of course, he
violence
cuts
in
off
discovery?
that part, right? So much for transparency. I mean, seriously, look at the crap he's putting on the screen. Like, if he really thinks that he's smarter than everyone, he really thinks he's so smarter than everyone that he uploaded this to YouTube and he thinks it makes himself look good. He must have had a trifold. Yeah, maybe delete loss can represent him, right? Yeah, for some reason there's no audio at this part. So we're going to jump ahead. There we go.
Require you to rephrase that question. Were you prepared to inflict property damage in an act of discovery?
I guess the state is just a little confused by the question.
Same. Rephrase the question. Did you testify
Delete loss
that you
couldn't
were prepared
represent a
to
blank
break out
sheet of
the window
paper.
of my property?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So were you prepared?
I did hear about that. His channel got suspended and he can't post for, I think, a week or something like that. That is great news.
Prepared to break out the window in an act of discovering information for the purposes of collecting money? Objection. Sustained. Were you prepared to break out the window for information that would make it easier to charge bills?
he wasn't gonna break the window out to get information. You were under arrest at that point, and you were refusing to get out of the damn vehicle. So ridiculous.
Objection. Sustained. Were you prepared to break out the window to discover information? Me, a man.
No.
He was not prepared, but you testified you were going to break out the window.
I was prepared
Hey,
to
Nora
break out the
Sharky,
window in
Sharky.
order to take you into custody after advising that you were under arrest. Yes.
Okay. Is breaking out a window considered an act of violence? Objection. Okay, did you have a warrant?
No, I did not.
Okay. Can there be an arrest without due process of law?
I don't understand your question.
Is it a danger to make an arrest without understanding the law?
Your Honor, I guess the state is objecting to this line of questioning on that particular ground. We discussed I think we discussed this partial motion.
Yeah, sustained. What was your cause of action?
Objection.
Sustained. Do you need a cause of action to make an arrest?
Objection.
This is what happens when you represent
Is a
yourself.
Cause of action and a
All of these questions that he's asking are completely irrelevant.
essential component to authorize an arrest.
And I guess I'm objecting. I don't really understand.
Great, sustained. I understand the question.
Did you have probable cause?
Yes.
Probable cause? And could you please let us know what that was?
I made a request of you when I stopped you for the 2 infractions to provide your driver's license, registration certificate for your vehicle, and your proof of vehicle insurance, liability insurance, and you failed to provide any of those items or identify yourself.
And that gives probable cause.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And here we are once again, folks, at the Kangaroo Court of Justice, or just us, I should say. And
So basically, in his mind, it's a kangaroo court because they didn't rule in his favor, most likely. But if they did rule in his favor, he wouldn't be calling it a kangaroo court. Surprised he hasn't tried arguing subject matter jurisdiction yet. Sure, that's coming. Great minds think alike, Slide 100. He hasn't asked for proof of subject matter jurisdiction or anyone's oath of office. At least not in court yet, but he has referenced oath of office a few times with his ridiculous text on the screen. Exactly. And he did. I think the initial reason for the stop, if I'm understanding this correctly, was for speeding. And of course, he refused to provide his documents, so he got arrested.
Mike Merrill has already confessed to breaking the law in another jurisdiction when he had no authority to operate as a Pierce County sheriff. He went ahead and did so anyways. That's also violating his oath. So there's
Oh,
two
it's
problems
not.
with that. One problem is any official who violates their oath no longer or ceases to represent the government. And the second problem is that a criminal cannot be a law enforcement officer at the same time. And another little problem is law maxims state you also must come with clean hands. So let's take a moment and see if we can figure out this reasoning of probable cause. For probable cause,
The probable cause was that you were speeding, and then you refused to provide the required documents everyone has to provide during a traffic stop. So the officer at that point had probable cause to arrest you. Like, I love how they think that laws and rules that everyone else has to follow doesn't apply to them because they found a magic piece of paper on the internet that says that it doesn't. At least they think it's magic, even though it's not. Hey, Granger Renfrew. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. But this guy, he is utterly ridiculous.
Cause to exist, according to Mike Merrill, requires that the innocent man sit back and relax while criminal foreign agent Mike Merrill takes it upon himself to do all the work to fabricate a scenario for a crime to exist for doing absolutely nothing.
All I need to do is take you into custody.
Except for speeding and refusing to provide your documents.
Okay.
I haven't done anything.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to be really nice to you. I just want to throw you in jail. I mean, don't make me bust out your window and anything else that I can't even speak of.
At least from what I heard, yes, he has been suspended from YouTube for a week. He can't post anything if I heard correctly.
Psychologically gang rape you on the side of the road. Come on, it's just me.
Really?
My boyfriend is out there. Don't make us beach and obey, because you better believe her. Right now, you little peasant. They're back there. They got the little.
Hang around and give you guys a hand. I mean, we have a reason to arrest them and take them to jail. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I'm just glad you had something that you can get arrested for.
One more thing, folks. Don't ever forget, a real sheriff stands for the people.
I'm trying to be really nice to you, all right?
Okay.
I'm doing
This guy
everything
is
I can to
beyond
be patient.
delusional.
All I need to do is get you to please take your seatbelt off and step from the vehicle.
I can't step out of the protection of my personal property.
You
sir.
can step out of the vehicle, yes.
Because you're going to assault me and
No, we're not
kidnap
gonna
me.
assault you at
Oh,
all.
yeah, you're going to kidnap me.
No, all we're going to do is put you in handcuffs and
Yeah.
we're going to take you to the jail.
That's
and
an
book you
unlawful
for
arrest.
Maybe one
obstructing.
day.
Oh, that's an unlawful arrest.
So again, I'm asking you very politely, please take your seatbelt off and step out of the car.
I can't do anything without legal counsel
What's
present.
that?
I can't do anything without legal counsel present.
Okay, well, I've given you now, what are we, close to 40 minutes? You have the time it all on video. So are we about at 40 minutes now?
I've been stopping and restarting it. I've been stopping and restarting
Okay,
it.
but wouldn't you say we're about 40 minutes? Which is an
I don't
extra
know.
long point of time that
Okay.
I've been really patient.
Okay, and you want money?
No.
This has nothing to do with
about
money?
at all.
No.
Oh boy, here we go. Now he's gonna argue that the police are revenue generators, which is more typical soft sit. It's a typical soft sit argument, and it's also ridiculous. I saw a recent video of this guy. I'm almost sure. That wouldn't surprise me. I'll have to, after the stream, I'll have to check this guy's channel out. Do you think these softs actually believe in the BS, or are they just trying to see how far they can get, and for the sake of video? I believe a lot of them do believe in it, sadly. I mean, just look at the rise of the Moors from, what was it, a year ago, or a little over a year ago now, I think. Those rise of the Moors, they definitely believed in it. Now, there are some that definitely do it to try and get out of a ticket, try and get out of an arrest. And those, I'm not sure what this guy is. I think I'm leaning towards he really believes in this crap just because of the amount of editing he put into this video to spew his nonsense.
So this
anyway,
is about money.
please take your
You're
seatbelt
gonna.
off. No, so we're very clear, okay? I don't feel comfortable reaching in the car here in case you were to roll up the window. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to get a window punch and I'm going to take this window out. It's going to break. And I know.
I can roll in.
Okay, why don't you roll? Please open your door for me.
I can't do that
Why's that?
because you're going to assault me.
No, I'm not going to assault you.
It's clear this officer isn't familiar with the sovereign citizen rhetoric. I mean, where is P. Barnes when you need him?
Oh, you just told me you're going to throw me in the back seat of a little tiny car.
We're gonna put you in handcuffs and
Okay.
we're gonna put you in
Yeah.
Crown Victoria.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm
Yeah.
not an animal.
No, it's a Fort Crown Victoria.
Okay. But nevertheless, I'm still being taken into custody without my permission. That's kidnapping.
No.
I don't think anyone in the history of anywhere has ever consented to being arrested. And no, being arrested is not being kidnapped.
No, sir. So how would
This
be
is about
best to
money.
open up your car?
It's equipped with anti-criminal devices.
Okay.
So you can't.
How do you open up the door?
You can't.
Okay.
It's equipped with anti-criminal carjacking theft devices.
Then you can at that point, if I hit the unlock button right here, you want to go grab the other door. Is that door going to open?
That door can open.
Huh?
Yeah, that door can open.
Okay. All right.
Let me give you some space. I'll put my bag in the back seat. Go ahead and take your seatbelt off. How in the heck did you open that door?
Go ahead and take your seatbelt
Wait a
off.
minute, hold it. What are you doing?
Go ahead and take your seatbelt
I'm
off.
filming this. I need to get
That's
this
fine.
Our police powers in general delegated to the police by consent of we the people based on
Really?
a promise not to violate the Constitution.
How is that relevant to anything?
I'm not exactly sure how to answer that question.
You understand that you no longer have any police power if you violate the Constitution.
Now, either this criminal is completely stupid or he knows. I wonder which one could it be?
With respect to the Constitution, I'm not exactly sure how to answer that question.
You are operating under your oath. You testified from the beginning. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And your oath is to the Constitution. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I would object. Your Honor, I don't see the relevance. He's under oath here. He's sworn to tell the truth. I fail to see how this.
Sustained, you can move on, Sherri.
Would you look at that? They really don't want to answer that question, do they? Move on.
Yeah, let me read what's on the screen right now. You have an oath to the Constitution somehow translates to he's under oath, here to tell the truth, and gibberish is sustained. Like, does he even know what he's saying right now? Like, I swear, I'm starting to think he's just putting words together, but really doesn't know what those words mean. Like, most officers do that anyway, but still. I love how the officer was speaking to him like he was a tantrum toddler. Like, and you know, here's the other thing, right? These sovereign citizens, and I'm sure he's going to claim it soon, these sovereign citizens always say that there's no jurisdiction. And like PJC would say it in the chat, they have jurisdiction if they suddenly dismiss the charges. But, you know, if they don't have any jurisdiction, then why even bother showing up for court?
You understand that violating your oath of office contract immediately strips you of any police powers.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Mike, I would like to thank you for your confession. We now have on the record that you knew that you didn't have any police power from the beginning, and ignorance of the law is no excuse, especially for an officer of the law.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse. You know, that really is something coming from a sovereign citizen that has no idea what the law is whatsoever. Hey, Softsit, when you lose this case, remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Just remember that.
law.
Okay, this is a traffic stop, correct?
Correct.
The word traffic is defined as commerce, and
I would object, Your Honor.
For commercial activity. I'm not involved in commercial activity. You realize I'm not involved in any commercial activity here? I'm not involved in any commercial activity. Noted.
Overall, I'll let at least let Mr. Haywood finish the questions.
according to your testimony, your actions were based on traffic law, which includes license plates and all the documents that the person is legally required to provide, and this is all based on traffic law. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the traffic is defined as commerce.
So I guess, Your Honor, that's where I would.
Okay. Is traffic defined as commerce?
Your Honor, the defendants were requesting that this fact witness define the law. I just don't see how that's.
Objects. I'm just asking that he define his understanding of the law, because this is the whole basis. He's holding us up at a gunpoint. He needs to know what he's doing.
If you go to his video, no one supports him at all. I could not find one positive comment. Yep, this is his video, and before the stream, I glanced at the comment section, and basically, from what I saw, everyone was laughing at him, pretty much.
Mr. Morrell, if Sergeant Morrell can answer the question as to what he believes traffic to be, I'll let him do that. But if you can answer that question.
For me, traffic would be the vehicles that are moving upon our roadways in the state.
Okay, do you understand that your definition of traffic is a layman's definition and not the legal definition of traffic?
No.
So do you understand that you're upholding a legal definition of traffic while enforcing it based upon a layman's understanding of traffic? At gunpoint.
Objection.
Sustained. Next question.
You understand that your understanding of traffic is incorrect based on a legal standard that you are enforcing at gunpoint.
Your Honor, state's just merely requesting that you take up the gunpoint. I don't see how that the attempt to testify here.
Rephrase your question, Mr. Haywood.
Do you realize that your understanding of traffic is incorrect based on the legal definition while you're upholding legal laws?
No, I do not.
And the softset is once again wrong. The only one who doesn't understand is the softset. Really. OMG, what a dramatic Karen. Yep, softset, Karens, and predators. It all seems like they all evolved into one over time.
Realize that.
Okay. You are enforcing traffic law without understanding the definition of traffic in its legal context.
Exactly, he didn't. He's just lying again because that's what softsuits do. Just typical lying because that's all they can do. They lie to make things fit their narrative, and as we can clearly see, it's not working out too good for him.
I do not believe so, no.
Okay. But you just admitted that you don't know the legal definition of traffic.
I'm not aware of the legal definition of traffic.
So then any resistance to a legal traffic enforced by you would be out of line because you're operating on ignorance.
Hey,
I don't
Debos,
believe
good to
that's the
see
case.
you. Hope you're doing
You
well,
just
my
attested
friend.
to be the case. You don't know the legal definition of traffic, is that correct? You just testified to that.
Yes, I do not know the legal definition of traffic.
And you're enforcing a traffic law based on a foundation of ignorance of legality of the traffic definition.
I was enforcing the traffic law in the state of Washington, which I have done for the last 30 plus years.
With never knowing the legal definition of traffic.
I guess that would be the case.
And this legal traffic documentation.
See, notice another cut right there, because something must have been said that didn't fit what he was arguing. Like I really do wish we had the full real court video of this instead of his messed up edited version. Why is the prosecution not objecting to this line of questioning? That is a good question, and I'm not really sure. I mean, I have no legal training, so I really can't answer that.
Is based on the non-legal traffic understanding. Is that correct?
Your Honor, please object.
Rephrase the question, sustained.
This might need to stop because. of
I'm
safety
sure I
of
could, but I would
obtaining
have to do
traffic
some research
documentation.
into how to do that.
That's based on the understanding of the layman's understanding of traffic and not the actual legal definition of traffic, which is what's used in courts and is the law.
I made the traffic stop based on a speed violation and a license or registration violation.
Based on your current understanding of traffic, which is not the legal one, right?
Based on my understanding of the laws in the state of Washington, yes.
I'm talking about specifically the meaning of traffic, because the whole law of the laws that you're using revolve around the understanding of the word traffic.
In the state of Washington, you're required to obey the speed limits, and you're also required to have your vehicle registered and have that plate displayed. And that was what the basis of my traffic stop was.
And that's based on traffic law, right?
Correct.
Of which you don't know the understanding or the meaning of traffic.
I do not know the exact definitions of those things. No, I do not. I could not give them back to you verbatim.
Okay, so you were enforcing based on one principle, which is ignorance, but you were enforcing based on a legal definition, but you were presenting it in a layman's definition.
Prosecution really should object. I mean, because right now he's being very argumentative. At least that's how I feel.
I do not believe that I was enforcing out of ignorance. No, that would not be accurate.
Okay, but you confessed that you don't know the legal definition.
I do not know. I cannot sit here and tell you the legal definition. No.
Can you please identify the victim of this crime?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Oh boy, now he's going down this rabbit hole. Who's the victim? Who's the injured party? Oh boy.
An arrest is an act of force, is that correct?
It can be, yes.
I need somebody against their will is an act of force, is that correct?
Yes, it can be.
And if done without the authority of law, that would be an act of kidnapping, is that correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
You weren't kidnapped. You were
Okay, but
arrested.
that force
There's a
is
big
used without the authority
difference.
of law, it is a crime, is that correct?
Yes.
You testified that law enforcement should be held to the highest standards following the law. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Is it possible, without knowing the legal meanings of words backed by threats of violence, that you could be a danger to society without knowing the definitions?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I'll change that to Illinois.
He's a proud graduate of the Darrell Brooks School of Law. That definitely, it seems like that, for sure. Next to last for a corpus delicti. Oh yeah, I'm waiting on that one for sure. And that is true, Steve Flo. We're all victims of his nonsense.
Understandable. By enforcing laws containing words you do not know the meaning of makes you a danger to society. Is that correct?
Objection. Sustained.
So you testified you witnessed a crime take place. Is that correct?
I've been waiting for this day.
There's a law that was broken, correct?
At what point in time did this crime take place, according to your recollection?
When the deputy stopped the vehicle. They advised me it was for a violation.
Okay, and that's when the crime took place.
A law was broken, yes.
Was that a crime or a violation?
Violation.
Okay, well, I asked you when the crime took place.
I've been waiting for this day.
So
You know the difference between a crime and a violation?
I've been waiting for this day.
know a difference between criminal violation and a traffic infraction, or so a criminal citation or a violation. They're both. Yes.
I've been waiting for this day.
You do know the difference?
Mm.
Okay, so at what point in time did the crime take place?
When you were speeding.
Did you witness that yourself?
No, I was advised by another agency.
I've been waiting for this day.
I agree, Michael.
So then your witness testimony is all based on hearsay.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this day.
So you're not a first-hand witness to the crime take place.
What is with these
wasn't aware
crappy
of the
cuts?
violation,
Like,
I've been waiting for this day.
Okay, no further questions.
like seriously, how the hell does he expect anyone to sit through this and actually think he's right with all of these crappy cuts? It's just terrible, terrible video editing.
Regret.
Just one or two questions. So you didn't observe the speed.
Mhm.
Speeding is an infraction, correct?
Yes.
It's not a crime. You arrived on scene and you observed law enforcement attempting to get personal information from the defendant.
That's correct.
He didn't comply with that request.
That's correct.
Is that a crime?
Yes.
You
That.
observed that.
Yes.
No further questions.
No objection, he's coaching the witness.
Fair, just overruled. You can ask any additional questions.
Why is your story chosen now after being coached by the prosecution? At what point in time the crime took place?
I've been waiting for this day.
Repeat your question, please.
Why is your story changing now as to what time the crime took place after being coached by the prosecution?
Your Honor, I am objecting.
He's not being coached by the freaking prosecution. Mark, this is why it's a bad idea to close mental asylums and stop handing out free lobotomies. He talked a violation speed into a crime obstruction and argued there wasn't a crime. Exactly. Just going through the chat, making sure I haven't missed anything. All right.
Phrase your question.
I've been waiting for this day.
Okay, why did your story change about when the crime took place? Either you witnessed the crime or not, is that correct?
I've been waiting for this day.
So why did your story change within the last 5 minutes?
Probably due to your way of questioning me.
I've been waiting for this day.
It's not understandable.
Okay, so the difference between a crime and infraction, you acknowledge you understood the difference, correct?
That's correct.
And when I asked you,
So
at
no
what point
crime was committed.
Okay, and when I asked you at what point in time you've observed crime, you said you observed speeding. But then when I asked you about speeding, you said you were just told that it was speeding. And the witness testimony to the point in time at which the crime took place is only a result of the prosecution's coaching. Is that correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I've been waiting for this day.
You yourself did not testify as to what time the crime took place. Therefore, you didn't actually remember any crime taking place. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I've been waiting for this day.
Okay. Fabulous. Thank you.
Any further questions?
No.
Anything further for Trevor Sherman?
Nothing for the six.
Right.
Thank you.
Did you witness any crime take place?
What do you mean?
Did you witness a crime?
I witnessed the speeding.
Okay, so you didn't witness any crime.
Speeding is technically the crime. Traffic violations are considered crimes. Like really, it's not that difficult of a concept to understand. And you know the sad thing, all you had to do was provide the required documentation like every other driver in the United States has to during a traffic stop, and he would have only gotten a ticket. But instead, you decided to escalate it into obstruction, and basically you turned a minor traffic violation into a crime. And you got arrested for it. The dumb is strong with this one. It is. What's the point of this BS waiting for the day? Like he's proven his point of him being right. He's an idiot. Honestly, I think idiot is an understatement. You know, I knew we were going to hear some nonsense today, but really, the subset nonsense is very strong with this one.
Speeding, which is a violation of law.
Okay, so then no witness to a crime. Right.
I don't really understand the question, sir.
Do you know what a crime is?
I do know what a crime is.
Did you witness a crime?
I witnessed an infraction.
Okay. Well, a motion to strike all testimony from the record. This witness did even recognize that as witness a crime.
Denied. Next question.
Do they teach you the definition of traffic if you're enforcing traffic laws?
They teach me what?
What's the definition of traffic since you're enforcing traffic laws by force?
The definition of traffic?
Yes.
I don't remember going over the definition of actual traffic now.
Okay. Well, traffic is legally defined as
Objection.
Sustained.
What's your understanding of the definition of traffic?
Your Honor, I would object to this.
Sustained.
Okay, does the
Same
definition?
grounds. Mr. Hayward, we're not relitigating.
Okay, well, if you didn't witness any crime, as far as I'm concerned, no crime took place. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Barron, follow.
With respect to the vehicle in motion, you just testified you observed an infraction, correct?
Correct.
What was the infraction?
Speeding.
Okay, when the vehicle was stopped, as you testified it was, did you observe a crime take place?
What crime did you observe? Speeding. Did you observe a crime taking place? Like, really? The stupidity really is strong with this one. Like, something had to have happened in these Sobsits' lives to make them go down this sovereign citizen path. Like, you don't wake up one morning and just become a Sobsit. Something had to have happened leading up to them making this decision. And you know, the sad thing is he uploaded this by himself to YouTube, and he really thinks this makes him sound smart. It just, in reality, it's making himself look like an idiot, and at least it's providing us with some entertainment. I mean, that's the only good thing I can say about this.
As a vehicle was stopped?
When it was stopped? After,
Objection, coaching the witness, come on.
Overruled.
There were no tabs on the license plate when we walked up on the license plate. That's the only other thing I observed, which would be another infraction.
and maybe I'm just not able to formulate the question appropriately, but did Sergeant Merrill ask for?
Hold
when-
it. Is it just me, or is it a little odd that these witnesses are having such a hard time with describing witnessing a crime? They need.
Because you're asking ridiculous questions, and I don't know, maybe This is just my opinion, but these narrations he's doing, it sounds like he's on some type of drugs or under the influence of something when he's narrating. Hey, Binary, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You can't arrest me because I already finished committing the crime. According to their logic, that's exactly what they think. Exactly, he's whispering like a creep. It does sound like he's on some type of drugs when he's whispering like that.
You seem to need a lot of help in that department. It was just a little strange. Usually when somebody witnesses a crime, they see somebody bust out a window or something, and they'll say, "Hey, I saw that crime. They busted out that window." But this is total kangaroo court right here. Well, let's hear it from one of
No,
our
it's not.
witnesses. They'll tell you it's a kangaroo court too.
What's the point in going to jail and going to all those court dates and all that time spent just losing? So eventually you'll have a warrant if you don't show up in court. Yeah, exactly.
What is a kangaroo court? It's a court where the outcome is a
Yet, if the court ruled in your favor, it would not be a kangaroo court. It's funny how that works.
foregone conclusion.
Just losing.
And here we have witness testimony that the outcome of this court is a foregone conclusion.
Just losing.
Therefore, by definition, a kangaroo court. Thank you, witnesses, for that testimony.
Sergeant Merrill made contact with the defendant in his truck. Did he request personal information?
Yes, and the defendant did not provide it with this in this manner.
I'm sorry. Nothing further.
Sure. Is there any reason why all of a sudden your memory of a crime changed over the last few minutes?
No, my memory didn't change in the crime.
You initially stated you witnessed a crime of speeding initially, is that correct?
Yes, you asked me if I saw if I witnessed a crime while I was in the car.
Right. I didn't ask you in the car. I just asked if you witnessed a crime and you pointed to speeding. Is there any reason why that all of a sudden changed after being coached by the prosecution?
I would object.
Answer the question.
No.
No reason.
No reason.
Okay. So then the only reason you witnessed a crime after being coached by the prosecution is because you were coached by the prosecution.
Objection.
How did you all of a sudden come to the new revelation that crime took place at a different time?
It wasn't a new revelation. It happened then. My understanding of the question originally asked was if I witnessed a crime while the driving was happening, the reason for the stop. So I misunderstood your question.
I asked if you witnessed a crime take place at all. Had nothing to do with in the car, out of the car. I asked if you witnessed a crime took place, and you specifically said, yes, I did. I witnessed speeding.
Objection.
What do they call kangaroo courts in Australia? That is a good question. I wonder what they do call them. Why is he whispering for an after the fact voiceover? Is he afraid his mom will come into the basement and catch him with his pants around his ankles? Most likely, Kacey. Tell you, that voiceover is freaking creepy. Exactly. If the court gives them the win, they are happy. When they lose, it's a kangaroo court. He doesn't understand that a kangaroo is smarter than him. Absolutely. A kangaroo is smarter than him. And basically all sovereign citizens in general.
Objection. Is that a question?
I'm just clarifying what he said.
For question,
It was just a clarification. Clarifications are not permitted.
move on.
So I just wanted to clarify that the point in time that you are testifying that you witnessed a crime take place only occurred after being instructed by the prosecutor.
No, that is not true.
Then is there any reason why you didn't recall witnessing any crime take place when I asked you the first time?
Because I misunderstood your question, sir. That is not. Your initial question about witnessing a crime while I was in the car of speeding.
I never said why.
So anyway, he answered your question. Now he misunderstood your question, so you can move on.
Okay.
Do you believe law enforcement should be held to the highest standard of following the law?
Yes,
Does that include being honest?
yes, absolutely.
Mr. Mike, would you please testify under oath as to the location of our honest, impossible witness?
Deputy Darespini was at the stop with me the entire time, but I had him stay back as he wasn't in a uniform and he didn't have a vest on or anything like that. So for his protection, I had him stay back in my patrol car.
So when you witnessed the crime, what did you witness specifically that led you to believe a crime was taking place?
And what part of the whole interaction are we talking about here?
Whatever part of the.
I agree, Patricia, and it definitely has
What's
saved
going on? What
people.
happened? Did I attack somebody? What happened? Was there a victim?
Objection.
Sustained. You may ask a limited question that is not confusing or compounding.
At what
Hey, LG Sings, good to see you. LJ Sings, just caught up, was late, had to back up, run it at 2 times speed, so it makes sense. He still doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't. He's trying all these sovereign citizen arguments and completely failing as usual. He's just trying anything to try and get out of these fines and possibly jail time, maybe. Hey, Hand Banana, good to see you. Yes, there is a victim, our minds. Yep, I feel that everyone watching this right now is a victim, or as a sovereign citizen would put it, an injured party. Maybe this is the barbecue Barbie court.
what point in time specifically did the crime take place?
Are you talking about the crime of not providing your identification?
Yes.
Misdemeanor? That's when Sergeant Morrell contacted you at the passenger door of your uniform.
Okay, so a crime took place immediately at the beginning at the point of contact.
When you refused to provide your identification, that's when the crime took place, correct?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to draw your attention to the red blinking arrow that is Desperini, claiming to have witnessed a crime that took place of communication inside the truck over all the traffic while never being near the front end of the truck. So you heard it here first, folks. Believe it or not, we have just witnessed a complete, blatant, in-your-face fraud from these foreign agents that are not even American. Lie, cheat, kidnap, and steal with the backing and full support of these other foreign agents defecating all over the law and all over Americans in the name of the law.
Okay, and that's based on traffic law, is that correct?
Yes, that's based on one of the RCW.
It really is creepy, I agree.
Are RCWs the policies of a privately owned corporation?
Objection.
Sustained.
Is RCW a law or color of law?
Objection.
Sustained.
What does RCW stand for?
Revised Code of Washington.
Code. Okay, so is it law or code?
Objection.
Sustained. Move on.
Okay. Traffic is defined as commerce legally. Do you agree?
Sustained. Move on.
Wrong.
Okay. So basically you witnessed the crime of, let me ask you this. Am I a man? I am man. You just,
Really? Now he's going to try this argument? Are we in agreement that I'm a man? Like, really? I really wonder, though. Too bad we can't really see it. I wonder if he's just saying this all at the top of his head, or if he has a huge stack of papers that he printed off of online. Because I have a feeling he's reading all of this off a script. And if that's the case, it's even more ridiculous. If you're so sure about what you're talking about, you shouldn't need a script.
Sure.
sure, just yes or no?
You're saying that
I am man.
You're saying you're a man. I agree with you. Sure.
Thank you. Is there anything in the traffic codes that you are enforcing or that you witnessed a crime address a man specifically or common man?
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay. So basically, when you witnessed the crime took place, you witnessed me do nothing, and that's when the crime started.
Yes, by doing that, you need to not provide the identification that Sergeant Merrill asked for.
So that is nothing. By doing nothing, I'm a criminal.
Objection.
Sustained.
By doing nothing, I'm committing a crime.
You refuse to provide your identification, which was the crime.
That's doing nothing, is that correct? There's no different result between either refusing or just doing nothing. The results are the same. Is that correct?
The result will be the same. You cannot provide
They
your
probably
identification.
do think that.
Just doing nothing. I just want to clarify, right?
It just sounds like we've answered this.
And yes,
Okay, so
I
you
agree.
disagree that doing
It's a,
nothing.
it is a
resulted
script
in
in a
crime.
poorly
I think
written
that
one.
is semantics.
Is throwing an innocent man in jail ever semantics? You see, these foreign agent criminals don't have any problem with throwing an innocent man in jail.
Except you were innocent. Like, the officer had probable cause to stop you, which was speeding. And as we already established earlier, you refused to provide your documentation, which is why the officer ended up arresting you. Oh, and by the way, police officers aren't foreign agents, despite what you think.
Hang on, calm down.
No.
Okay, can you please explain what the something was that started? the
His
crime?
editing is so ridiculous.
What do you mean? What do you ask?
In a typical crime, unlike this one here, this is really funny. But in a typical crime, you have an aggressor and a
Objection.
victim.
Sustained.
Who's the aggressor in this crime?
Objection.
Sustained. Move on. We're not litigating and
Are there any
stopping.
victims? Can you identify any victims of this crime?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you understand that the plaintiff is a privately owned corporation?
Sustained. Mr. Haywood, I'm going to excuse this witness unless you have some relevant question to ask him about the charge that we're here today for.
This charge supposes willful obstruction. In order for willful, how were you able to determine that willful obstruction took place?
Again, I observed you not provide the information that Sergeant Merrill asked for.
Hang on just a second, impossible witness. Mike, where did you say that impossible witness was located again under oath, please?
I had him stay back as he wasn't in a uniform and he didn't have a vest on or anything like that. So for his protection, I had him stay back.
You willfully decided to not give up that information.
That would require knowing the state of mind of the person who was being willful. Is that correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
How do you determine the willful was motivated? What's the motive behind the willful?
Objection.
Sustained.
Well, you've seen it here first, folks. In the kangaroo circus.
What exactly have we seen, Mr. Sopsit? You making a jackass of yourself? Because we've all seen that.
Court, fraud of corruption, the impossible witness, witnessing the impossible. And now that Mike Merrill has had a little bit of a break, an arrest, at least in this video, let's head on back over to Mike Merrill for some more comedy.
True or false? If we remove you, the crime goes away.
Objection.
Sustained.
True or false? If we keep you in the story, the crime stays complete with the victim.
That's a good idea.
Sustained.
True or false? You are an essential component for a crime that I'm accused of to exist.
Objection.
Sustained.
You were prepared to smash out the window because I didn't pay the plaintiff
Most
money.
likely.
Is that correct?
Something like that, most likely.
You were prepared to bust out the window and violently destroy my property because you wanted to pay me, wanted me to pay the plaintiff more money.
Objection.
Sustained. Move on from this line of questioning.
The basis of this crime is essentially, I'm not doing anything, which requires you to do everything. Is that correct?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
Basically, the crime says, I willfully did something.
Your Honor, the state's objecting to a discussion about the law. We're here at this point to discuss the facts, so.
So I'll overrule the objection, Mr. Hayward. If you want to ask if you want to rephrase the question as to the crime charged here today.
The crime that I'm being charged with today physically requires me to do what? To commit a crime.
When I made the traffic stop, the person that I make the traffic stop of.
Because it's
is
all
required to
complete
provide
utter
me with
nonsense.
Their driver's license or form of ID, identify themselves basically, and then provide their vehicle registration certificate and their proof of liability insurance.
Okay, you just testified to a person. Did you have any evidence to support the belief that I was a person?
Objection.
Sustained.
You testified that I'm a man. You didn't say this applies to a man.
Objection.
Sustained.
So basically, you confess that I do nothing and I'm accused of a crime.
By failing to provide the information to me, yes, you are committing a crime.
Okay, so doing nothing is committing a crime. Because that's basically just doing nothing.
In that case, yes.
Okay. Since all I have to do is nothing, that requires you to do everything. Is that correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay, true or false? I did nothing, you did everything, and I'm the one committing a criminal act. Is that correct?
Rephrase your question or ask it again, please.
Okay.
These questions, man, are completely and utterly ridiculous. He's just wasting the court's time now. Like, the judge should really just shut him down. Just going through the chat. Extra fine for confusing the police in court. I wish the judge could do that. It would really put a stop to this soft-sit foolishness if they were fined for wasting the court's time and asking completely irrelevant questions.
True or false? I did nothing, you did everything, and I am the one committing the criminal act. Is that correct?
I guess, Your Honor, the state, in thinking about this question, I mean, it's a compound question. I think there are parts there that have been rejected and have been sustained, parts that have been overruled, and now it's kind of just being thrown into one big question.
Sustained. You can rephrase your question.
Okay, true or false? For this crime to exist requires me to do nothing and for you to do everything.
Your Honor.
Sustained. Rephrase your question and move on.
And this is short, so true or false? All I have to do to be accused of being a criminal, taken all the way to the jury, is absolutely nothing. Is that true or false?
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay, we've already established that I've done nothing. Is that correct?
Nope.
I wouldn't say that's
Completely
correct.
incorrect, actually.
I would say that you did not provide the required information that I asked you to.
Okay, so I did nothing. Is that correct?
Well, that is actually doing something. You made a choice not to.
So again, we're back to doing nothing. Is that correct?
Your Honor, objection.
Move on. Sustained.
The identification that Trooper Sherman showed you, that's exhibit, that's the one with the ID on it, that's part of the record.
Objection. I guess I don't. Which ID are we referring to? I don't think so.
The problem with this ID is it proves I'm outside of their jurisdiction, and they know that, and they can't have this ID come.
And once again, you're completely wrong. They do have jurisdiction. You're within their jurisdiction. Because simply put, if they did not have jurisdiction, you would not be in court. If you really thought they did not have jurisdiction, you would not be in that courtroom right now. And if they didn't have jurisdiction, you would have never pulled over for the police in the first place. That's one thing I never understood. These sausage always say, "Officer, you have no jurisdiction." Then why the hell did you stop? If you really thought they had no jurisdiction, you would not have stopped.
Come onto the record or the whole case is gone.
Well, Your Honor, this hasn't been admitted. There's been no testimony about this identification.
You want to ask, sorry, Merle, about that?
Yes, this is the picture that Trooper Sherman showed you as my identity. It's kind of big.
Can I see that, please?
Now, if Mike Merrill was telling the truth, he would have said he never got any ID at that point.
No, this
No?
wasn't provided to me. No,
What ID did Trooper Sherman show you?
there was no ID that he showed me on that stop.
Well, how did he have my information to give to you?
He visually identified you, and he was able to go back in his information from his prior traffic stop with you and confirm who you were.
Okay, because I got it on video of him telling you, here's his.
Objection, Your Honor.
And now, here is the video they would not allow in court. They did not want anybody, especially the jury, to see.
Here's his form of ID.
Oh God! This is in front of a jury? Oh my God! This makes it even more ridiculous. So you really wasted a jury's time trying to argue this nonsense in court.
ID that I took a picture of.
Excuse me. Excuse me, what was that again?
Here's his form of ID that I took a picture of.
Mike, what are you doing? You agree law enforcement should be held to the highest standard, but you broke the law before you claim to uphold the law. And you come into court and swear to tell the truth, and then you lie.
Same for now.
I didn't realize this was a jury trial. I thought this was just a bench trial that the judge would make the decision on. If I was on this jury, man, he would be convicted in less than 5 minutes if I had any say in it.
Okay. So at this point in time, your identification is based on hearsay.
The identification.
Objection, sorry.
Sustained.
How were you able to confirm that you? Did I give you anything saying that I'm this person or I'm that?
Your Honor, I guess state's objecting this is beyond the scope of,
I'll overrule. You can answer that question. Sorry.
You never provided me with, you verbally identified yourself or provided me with any identification as to who you were.
So
The
then
officer, I
the basis
believe.
of your understanding of who you were working with is based on hearsay. Objection.
Overrule. You can answer.
It was based on Trooper Sherman's identification of you from his prior contact with you.
Which is hearsay.
It was information from Trooper Sherman.
Which is hearsay.
Your Honor, I would object. I mean, there's a legal definition.
Right.
Sustained.
So he didn't show you any form of ID that he previously took a picture of.
Well, you see now, Mike, video evidence and proof that he was shown that ID. And his story changes now, as you can watch and see. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you Kidnap County Sergeant Mike Merrill getting ready to lie in a court and not do a very good job at it and fly by the seat of his pants. Here we go.
I don't think that there was no actual government issued identification that I was ever provided.
No government issued identification.
No.
So there was some other kind of identification.
Yeah, you need a government issued license when driving a vehicle. Your little piece of paper that you printed off the internet probably isn't going to work. It's not real identification. He's trying the hearsay argument, which does not apply.
I don't remember exactly what he said that he had contacted you, and I don't remember if it was what sort of paper he had or what he had printed out on his MCT, but there was never any ID that I was provided.
I can go print his whole record for you. Here's his form of ID that I took a picture of.
Okay, but you just mentioned it wasn't a state ID, so.
Your Honor, I guess now that we've gone through several questions of Smith objecting as to relevance.
Sustained.
Okay. So the state has provided discovery video.
Objection.
That was quick. The state has provided discovery video that has Trooper Sherman on it telling.
Objection.
Mike Monroe, here's the ID.
Your Honor, he's attempting to testify to.
The jury thought they were going to a court hearing, not a comedy show. I really can't, it still boggles my mind that they literally wasted an entire jury's time over this. I mean, it probably is his right, though, to have a jury trial.
Something that's not currently
Sustained.
Here's his form of ID that I took a picture of.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are feeling a slight sensation of the urge to vomit, you are not alone. What do these criminal foreign agents really think is going on? Well, let's find out.
If you're trying to prove a point, if you're trying to prove a point.
Is that what all this is really about? And now, ladies and gentlemen, a strange twist in the kangaroo court. I present to you two sets of jury.
He is such a freaking creep.
It's quote improper to appeal.
Oh,
for jury
God.
nullification, close quote.
Oh, God, jury nullification. This is starting to feel like... It feels like he watched the Brooks trial and thought that this stuff really worked. That's what it's starting to feel like. Like, and yes, his voice did get more creepy. Because he wants to be a creep, that's all. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
The people say jury nullification should be an option. Typically, 99% of juries have no idea about what jury nullification is. But today, we enter the strange, upside-down, illusionary world of kangaroo court in the Twilight Zone. And hang on to your seat and watch it for yourself.
Can you apply the definition law?
Hey,
that
Tommy,
Judge
good to
Spies
see
normally
you.
definition?
I will say this, just because I don't want to come up on something later. When I was in law school, I did write a few papers on jury nullification in favor of it, as well as various social media posts at that time. So I don't know if I can answer yes to that.
Notice this very strange juror doesn't answer any questions. Straight out of the Twilight Zone's kangaroo court. Could this be a jury plant or just another?
So wait, does he basically admit that he filmed a juror? Pretty sure that is not allowed. Take care, my friend. Hope you have a great day. Hey, Enzo the God. Good to see you. Hey, Paul. Hey, Mark, always getting such a kick out of your videos. This guy makes me cringe. I can't believe they let this circus continue. And yep, he really did say that he thinks there's a jury plant.
One of those strange kangaroo courts in the Twilight Zone. He talks about appeals, and the case hasn't even started yet. And then he says, oh, this guy. So just what is it about this guy we need to know about?
That being said, you would still be incorporating your ideas during nullification. Is that correct?
I don't know that I necessarily would. I just want it to be on record.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Well,
I don't want something on appeal or something to be like, oh, this guy.
No, I get it. Thank you very much.
Interesting body language there. Could the judge actually somehow be communicating with this Twilight Zone juror? Oh, wait.
So basically, he thinks that there was a plant in the jury because the jury probably very quickly convicted him on these charges. But I'm sure he left that part out of the video, the part where he gets convicted. I'm just willing to bet.
The judge has some new interesting information that there may be a juror concerned.
Please be seated.
It does have one thing to bring before the court.
And I'll hear just one second. And before I hear from the state, Mr. Haywood, I take you on your word that you are not video recording or recording these proceedings, but it is disconcerting with the camera in your pocket and facing out. That would be pretty tough. Just don't want the jurors to be worried about whether or not they're being recorded. So
No problem. Totally understand.
As we can see, folks, they were in such a hurry to try to throw me in jail that their expedient rush, they forgot to hide their secret asset, who just so happened to be
Beyond paranoid.
juror. Yes, folks, that's right. You heard it here first. So many strange anomalies can only happen in the Kangaroo Circus Court of the Twilight Zone. But wait, it's not over yet. Just when you thought that
Hey,
it was
Carolyn.
over, it's not over. And if you thought this trial was like a bath in the sewer, wait until you see the next one involving and starring alleged star witness and criminal foreign agent Deputy David Green of the Kidnap County Sheriff's Department. Wait until you see that one.
So that's the end of the video. And as I predicted, he left the outcome of the case out of the video because, of course, it didn't fit his narrative. Like, that guy, wow. So beyond delusional, it's not even funny. Like, how delusional he was. And I'll post the link to his video in the chat if you guys want to check out the comments, because like it's been mentioned before, basically everyone in the comments is basically just laughing at him. I certainly wouldn't doubt it if he was on some type of watch list. I agree, Janice. I think my brain melted. I think after that, we all deserve some palate cleansers. So I'm thinking maybe a few window smashes, maybe. He lost the case. The video used to have the verdict. He must have edited it out. Doesn't surprise me, because he lost, so it doesn't fit what he was trying to spew. All right, let me bring up a video. I really should have planned for this. Give me a moment. Let's see. This is a good one to start off with. Let's see, share screen.
Okay, do you have a driver's license on you?
Yeah, I'll give you my information.
Yeah, you on probation or parole?
I'm gonna give you my information, sir. Hold on. I'm not committing any crime. I just want to know why do you guys have your emergency lights on? What's the emergency?
I just told you you're being stopped because you were speeding.
Are you recording this, please?
Yes, we are recording. We record everything. License and registration, please.
I got you right here.
Hey, sir, I don't like you reaching around. I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm telling you, that's case law. I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle.
I love how the officer didn't even look at his ridiculous paperwork, which it's clear he printed off of some sovereign citizen website.
Listen, either step out of the vehicle, I'm gonna break the glass, and I'm gonna pull you out of the vehicle. No, step out of the vehicle now, sir.
Don't break my window.
I'm asking you right now, step out of the vehicle then. Step out of the vehicle, please.
I'm under arrest. Do not break my window. I didn't commit a crime.
Step out of the vehicle.
Sir, I did not commit a crime. I will step out under arrest, please. I'll step out under
Okay,
arrest.
please step out.
I will, please. Please do not hurt me.
So he says he's going to step out of the vehicle, yet he decides to keep arguing with the officer instead.
I'm fearful for my life, for my safety right now. It's scary.
I'm giving you 3 seconds, sir. If you don't step out of the vehicle now, I'm gonna break the glass and you're gonna get pulled out.
He said he was going to step out of the vehicle, but he's still in the car trying to debate the officer.
Yes, sir. Girl, I'm doing it right now.
Sir, one.
I'm allowed to record.
One.
Sir.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Whoa. You're hurting me, sir. Please, I'm not resisting.
You know, I love how he says, "You're hurting me. You're hurting me, officer." Yet at that point, the officer hasn't yet laid a finger on him. Yep, bare window smash. Gotta love it. Hey, Prince Jedi Master. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Can you record, please? Somebody record! Somebody record this, please! Somebody record this! 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 Ow! Yeah! Relax. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Relax. You don't have to hurt me. I'm compliant. You're hurting me. I'm not compliant. Relax. Put your hands behind your back. Stop fighting. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I comply, sir. My elbow's broken. My elbow's broken. Dude. I comply, sir. I relax. I complied. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. Go to the hospital. You're hurting me. Record this, please. Please record this. Please record this live.
Oh, don't worry. It is being recorded, and the video shows you acting like an idiot, losing your window, and getting arrested. Well done.
You all these more scientists of America. You all these
6784. Can you start knitting the stamina, please?
I'm hurting. I need medical attention. My elbow is broken. Please, buddy. I'm going in. All right. I'm not. I know. I'm good.
I got you guys' cameras. Yeah, we'll get you guys out right now. Okay, just a second.
The rest of the video is just the officers talking to witnesses and waiting for the paramedics. If you'd like to see the full video, I will have the link in. So that was a great window smash. Barehanded. Gotta love when that happens. Let's see if we can bring up another one. Just going through my videos, trying to pick some of the best ones that I think that we really haven't seen in a while. Let's see. Hey, past Mark.
Right, I know I've just asked you this again. I'm just going to ask you just to confirm the last time. You're not going to give us your details.
Am I obliged?
You're going to give us your details. You are under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act because you're driving a motor vehicle on a public road.
Can you cite me the law that requires me
He just told you it's the Road Traffic Act.
I just
to
said
provide?
165 of the Road Traffic Act.
That's an act and a statute. It's not
Okay.
a law.
Are you going to step out of the vehicle?
Am I required to do so?
Are you going to step out of the vehicle?
Am I lawfully required to do
Well,
so?
you're going to be arrested, so.
Under what crime have I committed to warrant my arrest?
Obstructing a police officer in the course of his duties.
Can you?
All right.
Have you got a warrant for that? Have you got?
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, right? You commit assault.
Welcome back, Binary.
Put it in my pocket, please. Put it in my pocket. No.
I wonder how much time this sovereign citizen wasted with these cops before he started recording. I'm honestly not surprised that they ended up breaking his window. That's gonna do it for this video. Gotta love the short, sweet, and to the point ones, or the officers aren't having it. Oh, I heard that. I heard about that. Suspended for a week from YouTube, which is great. Let's see. This next one. This one's a good one that I haven't watched in a while. Let's see. Share screen. This sovereign citizen doesn't consent to having a warrant for his arrest. He's in his car window. Let's roll the video.
All right, everybody. So the cops have now pulled us over. Let's see what they have to say. Let's see what's going on today, guys.
Just started following your channel, Mark. I love your choices of videos. I also love the demeanor and comments. Good luck. I hope your channel grows bigger and bigger. Thank you, Sony Lee, and I'm glad you are enjoying the videos. And thank you for supporting the channel.
I did. I can hear you. Hey, Tyler. I don't consent. I don't consent.
The best part of Chili's suspension is it was for cyberbullying. Hopefully YouTube is starting to catch on to his antics. Like, you know, if he comes back and starts the harassment again, they should just delete his channel. Just my opinion.
I don't consent.
Okay, so we're going to open the door and I'm going to arrest you for that on the street.
I don't consent.
Okay?
I don't consent.
Okay.
What you're doing is illegal.
Looking back at it, I really wish I would have had some type of I don't consent counter going.
I'm not that corporation you have in your hand, sir. I do not consent to what you're saying.
Okay.
That's a corporation.
Okay.
My name is not spelt like that.
Okay.
It's a capital T, small y, small l, small e, and r. Okay. That's all capitals. That's not me.
Okay. So
If everyone can come down right now to George Street or Water and George, the cops are trying to arrest me for absolutely nothing.
Except for the fact that you have a warrant for your arrest.
I don't
Forgot
consent.
to mention that.
Tyler, you need to open the door because you're going to be placed under arrest on the strength of the warrant, okay?
I don't consent. What's your name and badge number?
My last name is Schubert and my badge number is 280.
I think if we played a drinking game on that, I think we would all be dead. The amount of times he says, I don't consent in this video, it's a lot. This is a tool that asks people on the light to come help him, so No one showed up. On second thought, we might die.
What about you? Well, all of you? I don't consent. I don't consent to anything you're doing. I don't wish to cooperate with that corporation because People Police is a corporation.
Unfortunately for
money.
you, your consent is
I do not wish
required.
to cooperate with your corporation. Do you understand that?
Well, I don't agree with it, but
Your Peter.
This is what happens when you drop out of the 3rd grade. That's all I have to say about that. Like, really. This is what happens when you drop out of 3rd grade.
Police is a corporation. I do not wish to do anything with your corporation. I do not consent to anything you're doing at all. I do not understand. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent.
Something tells me he doesn't consent. But seriously, is that the only thing he remembers from the Sovereign Citizen script?
I don't
Hey,
consent.
Pat, good to see you.
Well, it does
Hope
actually.
you're doing well.
I don't consent. You do what you gotta do. I don't consent. Looking real tough there with your mask on. Everyone's watching your criminal activity.
The only criminal activity we're watching is you refusing to get out of the car.
I will not open that door. That gives me consent to you. I do not consent. I am a man of flesh and blood under God's law. Yeah, is it worth it? You just said, is it worth it? You just said, is it worth it? You are a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
I wouldn't be
We heard
surprised,
that. You're live
Binary.
streamed to hundreds of people. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
Guys, do you think he will consent? Yeah, hang on just a moment. Just want to do something.
You've done this at the rally if everyone
Why can you do it at the rally when people are watching? You're a criminal.
over by ourselves?
I don't consent to anything you're doing. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's consensual stuff. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know what you're talking about. Learn your law, lady. I'm a man of flesh and blood under God's law, not your corporation law. You call the Peterborough Police. You are a corporation. You understand that? Oh, you keep putting that mask up. It's doing great for you, buddy. Yeah, it's cold. Where is outside?
Keep you warm.
Oh my God, dude.
Little mask.
Yes,
Share
this
this
is
everywhere.
in Canada.
Peterborough Police are corrupt. He just said, should we do this right now?
Is it worth
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Dude, is the paycheck worth it? Is it that good for you guys right now? I will hold all of you accountable for crimes against humanity.
You serious?
You understand?
Thank you, David Prince, for the $10 super chat. This nonsense needs to be addressed, such a waste of resources. This includes all auditors, frauditors, sausage squatters, etc. I definitely do agree, and I think more police departments are catching on to the sausage and frauditors. And hopefully, as time goes on, even more departments will catch on to it and won't entertain this nonsense. And thank you again for the super chat. I do appreciate it.
And that, I'll get all your names and badge numbers eventually, and I'll hold you all accountable for crimes against humanity. You're criminals. Criminal.
How many officers
You're a criminal. Yeah, you're criminal. You're
wanted?
I don't consent.
You saw him when he got to the rally this morning.
I was at the rally all day today. Why don't you come get me then? At the rally down there. Why don't you come get me then?
Why do you wait till we
Why do you wait till I leave and harass me and stalk me like weird people? I thought you were supposed to uphold the Canadian Constitution, the Canadian Bill of Rights, the human rights, right? Nothing. You guys are absolute criminals. You guys are nuts, man. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't work with corporations. I'm a man of flesh and blood under God's law.
How many cops are behind this, Tyler?
I am a man of flesh and blood under God's law. Not your corporation bullshit. Take a hike, buddy. You already said, is it worth it? You guys are ridiculous, man. Is there enough of you? Look at the tax dollars, everybody. Holy fuck, look at them all. They're everywhere. Look at them all. You guys are a fucking disgrace to the badge, the Canadian. Oh my God, you guys are gross. Gross. Look at them all, guys. Look at them all. Holy moly. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 cruisers.
Well, at least he can count. That most opposites can't. Yeah, that's what typically happens when you have a warrant and refuse to comply with the officers. They end up calling for backup.
You guys are nuts, man.
Look, we got all our support.
Yeah, here comes a convoy, buddy. You guys are looking so dumb. So dumb. I don't consent to your corporation that's trying to make people a part of your elite.
Oops, sorry. It looks like my connection dropped for a moment, but looks to be fine now. I think this is getting to the point of needing a public service announcement from SCOTUS and the equivalent in other countries. I agree with that. It's only a matter of time before all this nonsense is brought to their attention. That's how I feel. Yep, he has a warrant and he does not consent to having it.
Legal fiction. Do you understand? I don't consent. 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 I don't care if you have to talk. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent. Then break the window if you have to. I don't consent to anything. Whatever you do, you're being held accountable. Do you understand that? Name and badge number, please. Oh, wall work. Name and badge number. Badge. Thank you. There you have
Collecting
it.
them as if they were Pokemon cards.
Yeah, smash. If you want to smash the window, go right ahead. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. You will be personally held accountable. I'm going to take your job.
I'm going to say that's a terrible prediction. You're not taking nobody's job. Well said, Pass Mark. It is a terrible
You have an
prediction.
opportunity to walk away. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't think you understand. He understands. He already said we shouldn't be doing this. You guys are absolute criminals. Criminals. Go away.
You're harassing us.
Harassment at its finest.
You forgetting entrap us at our own home? You're harassing us.
You come to my house, you stalk my house, you fucking won't leave me alone? What is this? Look at this, little kids watching. You guys are absolute criminals, man. Absolute criminals. Please share this far and wide, everyone.
Don't worry. I'm sure a lot of people are going to see this.
This is absolutely like, and they can block traffic. They can, you guys can hold up traffic. It's okay, right? Yep.
And also, for the record, him basically saying, please share this far and wide, that's basically him giving us consent to share this video like he asked.
Whatever, I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent. Gabe, you follow me as close as possible. You don't open the door. I don't consent. Yeah, good one, guys. Smart, smart. You guys are very smart, eh? Absolute criminals. Criminals. Absolute fucking criminals, guys. Yep, good job, guys. You'll all be held accountable.
Now watch this. He throws himself to the ground like a toddler.
I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent.
I don't need that in my car.
Unfortunately for him, his consent, but is by no means required.
I'm videotaping this.
No, you can tape. You can tape, but you can't interfere. He's under arrest. He's under arrest, so you don't want to get arrested too, right? I'm guessing you don't want to, and I don't want to arrest you. So you can tape all you want.
This is your people police, everybody. This is it right here. This is what you guys want. This is what you want, guys.
Freedom, right? Right. He's such a criminal, isn't he? All this has to be here for him.
Why are you surrounding my girlfriend for?
They don't want me to get arrested too, Tyler.
Oh, you guys are bunch of dummies, right now.
You didn't get arrested for protesting. You got arrested because you have a warrant. It's really not that complicated to understand.
Block the street off down there.
Okay.
He's a dedicated sovereign citizen. Even in handcuffs, he keeps saying, I do not consent.
Andy, you ride with Sherri?
Right, over 600 people watching this. Good job, Peter, please.
There was a warrant for his arrest, correct? You understand that?
Bullshit! Bullshit, Owen! I hope you all go to prison for the new murder code. Y'all fucking Christian bullshit! Fucking assholes. What's the matter? We're not allowed to protest?
He certainly didn't work out for. So yeah, that's basically that for that video. And you know, they bragged about having 600 viewers watching. Well, I'm just looking at my video, and my video has 2,700 views. So yeah. But he did ask me to share it, so I did. Now let's find another video. Give me a moment. Yes, it was a joke vote because he didn't consent. All right, let's bring up this next video. This isn't a tasing, but it does feature some pepper spray.
Precinct 4 office, reason for the stop, the registration is out of date.
Okay.
It expired last month.
Okay.
First, I'm wondering, why did you pull us over for? Is there an emergency? Do you have an affidavit?
The officer literally just told you that your registration is expired. That's the reason for the stop. The officer just told you that the registration was expired, and no, he doesn't need an affidavit.
Sir, do you got your driver's license on you?
Do you have an affidavit? Do you have a warrant for me? Have we breached the peace? You have your lights on, like they're in emergency. Have we breached the peace, sir?
Sir, I can't hear a word.
Have we breached the peace?
Have we breached the peace? Is there an emergency? Is there something that we've done wrong?
You have your lights on like there's an
Your
emergency.
registration is out of date. Do you happen to have your driver's license?
Hey, the Celtic
Have we breached the
bastard.
peace?
Good to see you.
Do you have any identification?
Sir,
Can I have your ID,
your
please?
registration is expired. You're operating a motor vehicle with an expired registration.
We do not acquiesce nor consent to your color of law.
I'm asking you for your driver's license.
I do not acquiesce or consent to your color of law.
I'm sorry, what's
I
that?
do not acquiesce nor do I consent to your color of law.
Does he really think that some words he thinks are magical are gonna get him out of a traffic stop?
But we're not driving, we're traveling.
We're traveling.
Okay, I can't hear a word you're saying. I'm about to bring you up out the car so I can talk to you.
I do not consent.
Can you go on his side so you can hear him?
No, it's actually dangerous on that side because there's traffic over there. That's why I approached from this side.
Well,
So now you're operating a motor vehicle.
no, I'm not. I do not consent.
You
I do
are
not
stopped
acquiesce.
right now because
I do not
registration is
acquiesce.
expired.
I do not acquiesce.
You don't what?
He's like a parrot, just saying the same phrase over and over again. Like, really, if you repeat it so many times, maybe it becomes true. At least that's what they think.
Do not acquiesce. I do not consent to your color of law. I am traveling.
Well, I need your driver's license.
I am traveling.
I can hear you very well. How you doing?
I cannot hear you.
I can hear you very well. How you doing?
I cannot hear you.
Just roll it down a little bit.
I can hear you very well. How you doing?
Roll the window down and we have to get you out.
I can hear you very well. How you doing?
Roll the window down.
You can hear me. How you doing?
Sir, roll the window down.
How you doing today?
That's what can you do for?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
I need to see your driver's license and insurance.
Is it necessary that
First
you
of
shine
all,
light
I'm not
on me?
driving. I'm traveling. I'm exercising my liberty to travel. I'm exercising my liberty to travel. I will not. I will not. I'm exercising my free liberty to travel.
Just roll down the video a little bit.
I'm exercising my free liberty to travel.
Step out of the vehicle.
I am not driving.
What, recording still?
Yeah.
Record them. Step out of the vehicle.
Just
I'm
roll
not
down the window.
Pepper sprayed.
I'm traveling. I'm traveling. Why you do that to her? I've been traveling. Next time I feel like travel. Yeah. I'm traveling. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I am not a U.S.
So now he's yelling about how he isn't a US citizen. Like that matters. Even if you aren't, you're still in the United States, therefore you have to follow the laws of the United States. I feel bad for the officers who have to put up with this day in and day out, automatically scamming officers, and they pay the price. They consented to pepper spray. Nope, that was pepper spray.
I do not consent to your color of law. I do not consent to your color of law. I do not consent to your color of law. I am not a U.S. citizen. They're getting me. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I am not a U.S. citizen. Step out.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You sprayed in my eyes! That was my eyeballs! I need water! I can't see anything!
Well, that's the definition right there of playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. Let's see, our next video that I have up, is a UK sovereign citizen. Now, it's been a while since I've seen this, so I don't remember if he gets his window smashed or not. Yeah, let me bring this up. Video.
Okay, so
PC Cummins, the Bradshaw Highway Police Station.
Yeah.
Numbers 2353. Okay.
Yeah.
Under Section 162 of the Road Traffic Act 1988.
Yeah.
I require you to show me a driver's license, certificate of insurance, please.
no, you don't need to see that.
I do, because I need to prove that you have the driver's license.
Yes, that is an old wrestling belt behind me. Just something I've had as a little kid. It's a toy. Now just use it as a decoration piece. The old classic WWE Championship belt, which was one of my favorite design belts. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Under what law? What's the reason you're stopping me?
Under Section 163 of the Road Traffic Act 1988.
Yeah. You have no jurisdiction.
I do.
And we're already arguing about jurisdiction. Look, idiot, you're in the United Kingdom, and that's the United Kingdom police officer. They have jurisdiction over you.
You do not have any jurisdiction. I haven't broken any law, so you do not have any right to stop me, okay?
And certificate of insurance.
No, you do not need that.
164, 165, Road Traffic Act 1988, please.
Yeah, that's a statute and an act and legislation. I do not stand under your authority.
You do?
No, I do not. I'm practicing common law.
Okay.
Okay, and I run and work under common law jurisdiction. Okay. Okay.
What does that mean?
You need to find that out.
No,
okay. I stand under constitutional law. Okay, and I do not. Okay. No, under what law?
Yeah, wrestling is not what it's used to be, for sure.
Under Section 163.
Law. Under what law? That's not a law. That's an act. Under what law? Under what law?
And you required to show me a certificate of insurance.
No,
and
no.
a driver's license.
No, I'm not. Under what law? I'm going to keep asking you. Under what law?
It's irrelevant. I've told you.
It's not irrelevant.
It is.
Excuse me. You're a public servant. You work for me.
Do I now?
You do. Okay. You work for me, and you're a public servant. You have no jurisdiction or authority over me.
As power of constable.
No, you don't. Okay, I'm putting you on notice, officer. Are you constable?
Yes.
Okay, are you standing under your oath today?
Yes.
Okay, so therefore your job is to protect and serve me. Okay, correct? Are you standing under your oath?
Yes, but also...
no, wait. So...
Section 163 of the Road Traffic Act.
No.
Certificate of insurance and
No.
driver's license.
No, if you're standing under your oath, then you're to protect and serve. Have I committed a crime? Excuse me. Have I committed a crime?
No, but
No, exactly. So therefore, so in what capacity, excuse me, under what capacity are you stopping me?
I told you.
Criminal or civil? Excuse me, criminal or civil?
Criminal.
Criminal. You're stopping me under a criminal offence?
Well, I don't know whether...
Oh, so it's an allegation, is it? Okay, it's an allegation, is it?
Well, I want you to prove to me...
No, you need to prove to me, because you're a business and a corporation. I do not stand under your authority. Okay? So...
I don't stand under your authority. Like, that's actually supposed to mean anything. They really think these sovereign citizen word salad, phrases and sayings, they really think that it gets them out of trouble, when it really doesn't. Not at all.
So I'm leaving, okay?
No, sir, stop the vehicle now.
No, can you move out of my way? Can you move out of my way? You are stopping me and in the line of duty.
Of course they're going to prevent you from leaving. You're at a traffic stop, and yes, you are being detained.
No, get up. You need to remove... You need to move out of my way because you're not detaining me under any law. Under what law? Under what law?
Do you have your driver's license, please, sir?
I've just asked you, under what law do I need to provide that?
Committed a moving road traffic offence. Now, use your mobile phone.
No, I haven't. You're harassing me. You're harassing me. Okay. And if you continue, I will seek a private prosecution against yourself.
That's completely fine, sir.
And what's your colleague's number as well?
Make a complaint if you ring 101 or do it online.
Okay, you've been harassing. Okay, you were harassing me in town as well earlier.
How was I doing that, sir?
Because you were hanging around and like speaking to people who I was speaking to, and speak to people who I was speaking to. So as I said to you before, are you standing under your oath?
Am I not allowed to?
Hey, 67 White Stang. Good to see you. Hi, Mark. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you, my friend?
Okay, are you standing under your oath?
So you're going to provide me with your details?
No, I do not. I'm not required to do so.
Yes, you are required to provide your information. You were driving with a phone in your hands, which in many places is considered a crime.
You need to get one of your inspectors.
Yeah, so don't move your vehicle, okay?
Under what law?
I'm stopping the vehicle under Section 163 of the Road Traffic Act 1988.
Under what law?
Under Section 163.
No, law. I said under what law? That's an act.
Yeah, well, I can stop any vehicle I want.
No, you can't.
He really
No, you
does
can't.
love the sound of his voice.
It doesn't matter. That's an act. That's statute. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's statute law. I don't stand under your authority.
You're going to provide me with the driver's license.
I'm under no obligation to do
you're
so.
under arrest for using your mobile phone whilst driving. Okay?
All he had to do was provide his license, and he probably would have just gotten a ticket, but instead he decided to do things the hard way, and now he's going to jail.
Okay, you don't have to say anything.
No.
Behind the fence. Do not mention when
No.
you mention something which they try and import.
I'm under what?
Thank you, 67 White Stang, for the $4.99 super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Under what law? Under what law do I need to provide you my details?
The arrest is necessary to obtain your name and address, as you've failed to provide me with that and refused to. Okay?
I'm not obliged to.
You have to do a false entry to the vehicle.
Okay, if you do so, you'll be okay. If you do so, you'll be committing a criminal offence.
Well, you're under arrest.
Because I do not give you permission to do so.
Open the door, okay?
Sorry?
I require you to open the door because you're under arrest. Okay?
Under what law?
I've told you you're under arrest.
Under what law?
Open the door, please.
And what law have I broken? You need to get an inspector down here because you're not qualified in law to be able to tell me what law I've broken. I haven't. No, that's statute, unfortunately. That's not law. No, no, that's I don't need to do so. That statute is statute law. Okay, statute law. Okay.
You're under arrest, sir, so we can discuss it later.
Under what law?
Under the Road Traffic Act, you commit an offence, we can't identify who you are. So at the moment, you've got two options. You either open the door.
I'm parked up, so how am I using the mobile phone when driving?
Okay,
I'm recording for my safety. I'm recording for my safety. Are you all standing under your oath today?
Are you standing under your oath?
Are you standing under your oath today?
Yes.
Okay, so you're here to serve and protect. I feel totally intimidated. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers surrounding my vehicle. If you touch my vehicle, you will be also under arrest for criminal damage to a vehicle.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I have.
Me too. That's the first time I've ever heard a sausage say that they were going to get a private prosecution. Like, I really wonder what he means by that.
I haven't broken any law. What law have I broken?
Using your phone while driving and failure to provide your license.
You still haven't told me what law I've broken, officer, constable.
Use a mobile phone whilst driving, okay?
Okay. When did I agree to your terms of business?
You don't need to, sir.
Yes, I do. You're a business and a limited company, okay? And I do not stand under your authority. No contract, no consent. No contract, no consent. Do you understand?
Yes, I completely understand.
Okay, so no contract, no consent. I do not stand under your authority. Okay, number one. And number two, I'm a common law citizen.
He failed to produce any driving license, any documents to us, and also he started driving towards me using his mobile phone, albeit he has moved approximately 1 metre, but he's still using his mobile phone to drive. No, I've not met this guy before.
As I said to you, no contracts. Okay. Can you tell me the proclamation date when I accepted your terms of business? What is the proclamation date that I asked or agreed to your terms of business? Can you tell me? What is the proclamation date when I agreed to your terms of business, Constable? You need to answer my questions because you work for me. You're a public servant, sir.
He's hidden all the spots on the Sovereign Citizen bingo card. Common law, no good. Common sense, good. You should try it. Exactly.
As I said to you, what law have I broken? I haven't broken any law. Everything you're saying is statute. No, that under what law? That's not a law, sir. That's not law. It's not a law, is it? It's statute. Statute law, sir. I do not consent to statute. That's an act and legislation. That is nothing to do with law.
Under arrest for taking around his consent, so you can't produce any documents.
Sorry?
You own this vehicle, so on suspicion of taking around his consent. You don't have to say anything that may harm defence. You don't mention when questioned something which
Okay.
later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
No contract. No contract. No consent.
Name and address and ownership.
No contract. No consent. You need to get your inspector down here so I can speak with him.
If you wish to make a complaint,
That's not going to happen.
Go into the front office and then go make a complaint through that if you so require.
Right. I do not consent.
Yeah, you said a couple of times. We understand.
Okay. Oh, do you understand then? Okay. Well, I'm free to leave then, aren't I?
No, you're not free to leave. It's currently under arrest for 2 offences. Okay, so.
2 offences, really? Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't contract with you. No contract, no consent.
Get Safe Light Auto on standby.
That's criminal damage. So I do not consent.
It absolutely is not criminal damage.
I do not consent. I said no contracts, and I do not consent. Is what I said.
Cool. Okay, I'm getting out.
You gonna get out? Brilliant.
Stay there.
Well, these sovereigns. So, unfortunately for him, his consent was irrelevant. I love how they always think that their consent is required. Nobody has ever consented to being arrested. Hey, trans girl, good to see you. But does he consent? All right, let me find some other video. Let's see, something good that I haven't seen in a while. Just going through my videos, seeing this one's a good one. I think it's not a window smash, but I love it when officers don't put up with the nonsense. So let me do this. Share screen. Not that one. I have like 10 different tabs open right now. So there it is.
Can you fill us out, please? I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions. Can you please fill us out before I do answer questions? I need you to fill us out.
So basically, this sauce wants the officer to fill out his fake form before he answers questions. Did you see the shirt by the plot hole about the 7-day ban of our constitutional law scholar? Yes, I did hear he was banned for a week, which is excellent. Couldn't have happened to a better guy, in my opinion.
I'm private. I need you to fill this out.
What does that mean?
I'm private. I need you to fill this out first before I answer any questions. All right, thank you, sir. And then, second time getting pulled over.
I'm sure nobody is surprised by that. And he says it as if he was bragging. This is my second time getting pulled over. Apparently 15,000 terms of service violations. 15,000. If that's true, that's incredible. And if that's the case, I'm surprised I didn't take his channel down. Yeah. Time to get that script out and get that script ready.
I'm being pulled over again for the second time. This is the second time. Yeah, second time.
How many times are you going to repeat yourself?
He actually pulled me over the other day. I have it on video.
Also, what does him getting pulled over the other day have to do with this traffic stop? It's a completely different traffic stop. According to Johnny, the ban is in effect while YouTube investigates possibly deleting his channel. That would be great if his channel gets deleted. Although knowing him, he probably is on some other streaming service right now. Like Rumble or Facebook or something like that, streaming about how it's all unfair and how he's probably going to sue YouTube. Just my guess.
So just letting you know, I've dealt with this before. No, I need you to fill this out first, sir. I need you to fill. All right, I didn't say that, but I'm just letting you know I've dealt with this before. Okay? So, no, I need you. Do you want to see the video? You want to see the video? I need you to fill this out.
Do you really think the officer is going to fill out some meaningless form that you printed off of some website?
Right here, this. Here you go. All right, well, listen, I need you to fill it. I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions. No, I cannot. If you want, call your supervisor, please. Call the supervisor. Call the supervisor. Call the supervisor. Can you call the supervisor, please?
Can you identify yourself so I can tell him who
I'm
It's only a matter of time before he causes an accident.
Yes. Can you please fill this out first,
Have
sir?
you been arrested for this before?
No, as I said, I've been pulled over by the sheriff himself who let me go because I'm private.
I'm not a sheriff.
All right, but I'm just saying sheriff is higher than you.
But this isn't even Rocky
I know,
County.
but I'm just saying,
I understand
if you want, call the
Can I
sheriff.
talk for a second?
Call the sheriff.
Can I just talk?
Okay.
Okay. I understand that your political views are that sheriff are higher than police officers.
I know, but I don't answer questions. I need you to fill this out first. All right, thank you, sir. I'm just going right here. Right here. I'm traveling, not driving.
In just a matter of minutes, you're going to be traveling directly to jail. No matter what your delusional beliefs are, driving and traveling are the same thing.
A few minutes later.
I'm traveling right now in my private conveyance.
You don't want disobeying on top
I'm
of that.
traveling, guys.
Put your hands behind your back.
Can I put my phone in my pocket?
There you go. You want your phone?
Well, that didn't work out well for him. He really expected the police officer to fill out some meaningless form. I really wish he would have recorded the traffic stop from start to end, because I'm sure there's more stupidity than we saw. That's gonna do it for... And I wouldn't be surprised if there was more stupidity that we missed out on. All right, let me see any other videos. Ooh, a sovereign citizen argues common law to police. This should be good. And I don't even remember doing this video. But apparently I made this video about 8 months ago. So let me bring it up.
If I haven't committed a crime, I do not have to give you my name or details. So this is all being documented. We're right here actually says not right to stand under common law.
Listen,
If we
I don't
have
wanna
not
hear your
committed a
nonsense about
crime, we
common
do
law.
not
You
have to
see-
give your our name
see
or
on the road
details.
traffic order. 180, I want to speak to you, please.
Hey, what the-
My name's Sergeant McHugh. I'm with Roads Police, and step out of the vehicle,
What
please.
for?
Because I want to check your head, please, because I believe you're a disqualified driver.
You believe I'm a disqualified driver?
Yes. What's your name? On the road traffic order, you're obliged to give me your name and date of birth.
Unless I've committed a crime.
Under the road traffic order.
Well, the officer said you're a disqualified driver, which I'm guessing means you don't have a driver's license. That's the crime.
Regardless, no crime needs to be committed.
Wait, but what's your name?
My name is
And what's
Sergeant
your
McHugh
number?
of Traffic Branch, 19916.
Right.
All right. So you can sit there and quote all the common law stuff you want on the road traffic order.
Yes, but I
you
have
are
not
obliged to
committed
give
a
me your
crime.
name and date of birth. I am not going to ask you again. If you fail to do so, it's an offence. Do you understand that?
Yes, well, I have deregistered my birth certificate and I do not identify as a man under the
I don't care what you tell me you've done with your birth certificate. That's irrelevant. What is your name that you were christened with then?
My name is Wallace. I'm a free.
Come on, step out of the vehicle. Let get your identity. Answer the end here, please. You stay in the vehicle, please.
I'm
sweet.
This is a cosman, right?
Over here. No, come with me.
It's puzzling that there are so many sovereign citizens all over the world who argue common law. Don't they watch these YouTube videos and see that none of this stuff ever works? My guesses would be, nope, they don't.
Have you a reason to demand my name?
I have requested you to do the bus investigation. We will watch you 3 different times. Then I will take you to the inclusion from over there. What is your name and date of birth? You see what this is?
No, but if he registered my birth certificate.
What was it on your birth certificate?
Wallace.
On your birth certificate?
Yes.
What did you say on your birth certificate?
I deregistered my birth
That didn't
certificate,
say
so
on your
I
birth
now
certificate.
identify as William Wallace, a free man of Ireland.
Right. Okay.
I'm guessing in the end, this sovereign citizen gave his name and date of birth, which just proves that this sovereign citizen stuff and common law argument doesn't work. That's... And exactly, this common law argument really doesn't work at all. It's just the same delusional sovereign citizen nonsense. I think we're going to see one more video. We may as well finish with a soft sit in court since that was basically the main theme of today. Sovereign citizen tries to challenge jurisdiction in court and fails. Because of course he fails. Because why wouldn't he? Let's bring this up.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm here by special appearance only,
Okay.
reserving all rights under UCC 1-207-.
I'm here by special appearance. Like that actually matters. Markley had one soft sit in the Netherlands, and the moment he said, but under common law, the cop interrupted with, we don't do common law, we only have the law here. That is a perfect response by the officer. Applause to him. Completely shutting down that complete and utter nonsense.
308. I'm here to challenge jurisdiction of this court only.
Okay. What's the jurisdiction argument, sir?
This court cannot hear any of my rights on this case
Why not?
because this is a maritime admiralty court.
No, it's not.
It's an abnormality court. And I love it. The judge immediately says, no, it's not. Completely already shutting down his soft sit argument.
Is this a common law court, ma'am?
No, sir.
Nope.
Then the Constitution only affords two different types of defense. One is a military tribunal under maritime law, and the other is common law court.
Okay.
I move the court to set a hearing for jurisdiction.
All right. So on the no liability insurance, is that a not guilty, sir?
I will not plead, ma'am. I'm only here by special appearance to challenge jurisdiction, as I've already stated.
You see, like, why are you, if you don't think the court has authority, why are you even there to challenge jurisdiction? It's like, I don't understand some of these soft sits in their logic, even though they really don't logic, but their way of thinking sometimes is bewildering.
I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you,
I
sir.
object, Your Honor, to practicing law from the
Go
bench.
right ahead and object, Mr. Warren.
Practicing law from the bench, of course. Is this the idiot from Washington? I'm not sure where this is from. I do not remember. Perhaps it could be, but I am not entirely sure. The judge has the right to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf if you refuse to enter a plea. Also, if you really thought the court had no jurisdiction over you, you would have never shown up to court.
Warren, you can object till the cows come home, but I'm going to put a not guilty plea here. And we're going to set it for trial, and I'll hear your argument on jurisdiction on that day, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll set that for September the 22nd.
And on and for the record, I am not surety. I'm a sentient being.
You're
I'm
what,
not.
sir?
I am a sentient being. I'm not sure. I am not. Yes, he's my co-counsel, sir.
Mr. Warren, you can't video in here, sir. Okay, so put your phone down. Okay.
And of course, put your phone down, but of course he's still going to continue to record. The judge tells him he's not allowed to record, but he continues to record anyway. He should be held in contempt for that, in my opinion.
And so I didn't understand what you said, the last thing that you said.
I'm sorry, there was commotion going on. Where were we?
I don't know where you were. I was at setting the trial. You said
I keep saying this has nothing to do with the law of these people. It's just a way for them to not have to pay for a license, plates, insurance, and the rest. That is true. A lot of them do this to avoid having to pay for that stuff, but the court costs impossible jail time is more expensive, I would think.
I've also here put in a notice of conditional acceptance that's been filed, and the prosecuting attorney has not answered it, and they are in default.
Okay.
And I order a permanent estoppel by clients.
Okay, we'll bring that up at the trial, and I'll make a decision on that day as well, okay?
Okay.
And you want to represent yourself in that?
I cannot represent anything. I am present.
You are present, and so am I. And so on that day, on September 22nd, we'll both be here again. And then if you want to testify, you'll be allowed to. If you want an attorney, you'll be allowed that. If you don't want one, that's fine too.
Yeah, I can speak for myself.
Perfect.
I'm not a ward of the state nor a U.S. citizen.
You're not a U.S. citizen?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I am sovereign under God.
Okay. All right. Well, oh, sorry. I'm sorry, sir. You were on here on another page as well. Let me just read these out to you, and I suspect that we'll have the same
Banter, yes, ma'am.
yeah. Okay. So no driver's license. You're going to say I don't have jurisdiction, and neither did the officers to give you that ticket. I'm guessing
That's
the
correct.
gist of it. Okay, and then the no liability, and
They were acting under color of law.
Okay, I'm going to enter not guilty plea, and I'm going to set that one the same
And
day. as
I
well.
still object on it for the record.
Okay.
Practicing law from the bench.
I wouldn't doubt it. The person who did make
So
this
on
script
September 22nd,
and came up with this stuff is probably making a good chunk of money off of these gullible people who think that this stuff actually works.
just come back here with all your arguments, and if you want something written out for me to read, I'll be glad to read it that day. I did read what you're holding in your hand.
Okay.
I've already read that, but I'm not going to make a ruling on that today, okay?
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Warren. Good luck to you, sir. I'll
Put
see
it
you
on the
back
desk,
then.
please. Can you lay it there, please? Can you please lay it there? Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. See you back then.
These songs. And that does it for that. Soft sit in court. Pretending that his script actually works, and once again, reality catches up with another soft sit and finds out that his script is actually meaningless. My solution is to have these idiots for the judge telling them if they don't get a license the next time they show up in court, they'll be sentenced to mandatory jail time. My word, no matter what a judge says, it's always you're practicing law from the bench every single time. It's like one of their favorite phrases. It's ridiculous. All right, we've been going now for about 2 hours and 34 minutes. I think this is a good spot to end it here for today. I do want to thank each and every one of you for being here, being in chat, and hanging out with me today. Had a lot of fun as always. The schedule, my video schedule for this week, because of Thanksgiving, is a little light. I'm not sure if there's going to be another video before Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to get a video out before Thanksgiving. But just in case, if I don't see you guys again, I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And hopefully you have a wonderful day with family and friends. I do want to thank all my channel members, as always, for all of your support. And thank you to David Prince and 67 White Stang for your super chats today. I do appreciate it. I might be doing something on my gaming channel. I finally finished God of War 2018 last night, so I want to start the new one maybe tonight or tomorrow. So yeah. Thank you, Patricia Bradshaw, for the $3 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Super sticker, I mean. I do appreciate that. Thanks, not that we celebrated over here, but everybody in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, I will try, like I said, to get another video out, but in case I don't, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. And as always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.